We're back with David Lacey, who in addition to being a writing teacher and a writing specialist is also a writer himself. He maintains the opinion column and blogging outlet iPinion. So David, why don't you tell us a little bit about iPinion and your online publishing work?
Yeah, absolutely. iPinion was actually a reunion of sorts. I was in print journalism for 8 years, and near the end of the last 3 years, I was writing a weekly column. And the weekly column was kind of like an early iteration of what blogs were becoming at that time. Occasionally it would be sort of political or lifestyle, but other times it was very personal. And then when I left print journalism, in part because I saw where the incomes were going, and in part to return to graduate school, I ended up missing it quite a bit, and I spoke to a former editor that I worked with, and we partnered to bring together a number of reporters and other writing colleagues and a few writing English professors that I had to sort of create this syndicate of writers that gave us a platform to sort of return to doing what we had enjoyed doing in print 10 years prior. So,
great. And so, on iPinion, do you have a profile or something like that to explain like your writing interests and background?
Yeah, each of our writers has their own profile, which you can see on the team page, and that's important because they do different, distinctive types of writing. Some are more blog centered. For myself, I tend to sort of overlap between 3 types of writing. Sometimes I'll do more blog-esque writing. Other times I'll do sort of political lifestyle columns, something with a theme, and it's fairly timely with what's going on in current events. And then actually one of my favorite types of writing, due to some experience I had with journalism and ethnography, would be longer feature pieces, maybe on a particular individual or event that I find of interest. So,
can you give me an example of one of those pieces?
Yeah. Recently, I've done a couple recently, and one that I really enjoyed was there was this touring guitarist for the rock band Korn, actually, and he had also founded another sort of grunge punk band in the 90s. And he had actually become addicted to a range of drugs. He was also drinking heavily. And he ended up going into recovery. And he found that music was a significant part of his recovery process. And so after he made it through, and he's been clean and sober for quite some time now, he decided to begin bringing instruments and recording equipment to rehab clinics throughout Southern California. And he would meet with clients, and they got to write their own songs and record them with the touring guitarist from the band Korn. And then he would end up remastering the CD for them and giving them a copy of their session. And they would write him letters and testimonials talking about how restorative that particular type of therapy was. So that was a fun piece to write, and that's sort of the feature type of writing I enjoy doing.
Great. So iPinion features in other columns actually see distribution on other sites. Your work has been picked up by Huffington Post as well as dozens of other media outlets. So I was wondering, how do you manage the online profile of iPinion? I understand you have a Facebook page?
Yeah, we have a Facebook page that has just gained in likes, I guess, over the years. Sometimes, I mean, we can't lie. We love seeing our names in print. We love seeing things go viral. And so we can obviously track where people are coming in from, and very frequently we see stuff that's been, obviously on Reddit, we get links to us, but also dozens, if not literally hundreds of little media outlets across the country will pick up our stuff, local news stations. And then we do have a couple contributors who have been picked up by the Huffington Post and who also write for the Huffington Post, in addition to Slate and the Daily Beast and a couple of others. And that's been really cool to see, since this project was such a small baby endeavor just a couple of years ago, to see it get a little bit of viral attention.
So that's great.
And with Facebook, I'm sorry, really quickly with Facebook, we use that as kind of the jump-off platform. Our slogan is "Join the conversation," and so Facebook's sort of the perfect medium. Although we're we're trying to figure out new ways to use Instagram and Twitter as well, and we do link to those. But it's the perfect platform for people to respond to the authors. The authors usually have the time to respond to the readers, and it creates sort of a dialogue about a particular topic.
And that dialogue promotes interest and engagement with the material itself. There's a little bit of feedback. It sort of drives up sort of the attention and the profile of the site.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to have to do in the class is, give a lot of students an opportunity to look at iPinion, its Facebook profile, to see how it sort of manages this online profile and reputation, how it sort of gets the word out about its writing, and how it allows others to join the conversation, as you put it. So thank you again, David.
Thank you, and they can visit it at opinionsyndicate.com if they're so inclined. Thank you.
That's right.